Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be creating a life-size piece of this calendar that you see on the screen. I sketched this out as a general layout of the look that I was going for, and it came out amazing. I made a few changes along the way, but it's still my son's favorite part of our morning time routine. If you like this, follow along to see how I made it. Now I'm going to be using this toy thing that my son has and he never uses it anymore. So I'm going to take this out and use this craft paper. First thing I'm going to do is take apart this toy and take out the whiteboard portion, and I'll be pasting it on the craft paper that I just showed you. I was a little rough with it, as you can see, and it got wrinkled a little bit, but at the end it came out fine. But be gentle if you're trying to make this project. The next thing I'm going to do is just cut out this rough edges all around the board, and I'm going to use some alcohol to clean off all the tough stains of the markers that have been left on it for a long time. Now for the actual calendar, I just used this piece of paper and I folded it into equal parts, and I used it to mark off the columns and the rows of the calendar that I wanted to do. I'll put down all the measurements on the description down below. I used a permanent marker to make this table, I should say. I used the permanent marker to use this because I don't want this to be erased when we erase off the dates each month. So I wrote down the date on top of the calendar, and I just cut off all the remaining edges and I rounded them out. So make sure you clean up after yourself because these are really sharp edges. And I used some sandpaper to sand down the corners for safety. This is a box of surgical masks I found at home because Corona, and I'll be cutting it and using it for the remaining parts of the project. I cut off a bigger rectangle and another thinner one, and this will be used to move up and down to change the days of the week. As I measured out how big I want it to be, I realized this box was a little small, so I had to change it. I still liked this smaller rectangle, so I just put a mark on it with a pencil, and I used my box cutter to slit along those lines. Make sure you put something underneath so you do not scratch your desk. I made the slits on the top and bottom part, and this taller rectangle should go up and through the openings, and this will create a highlight for each day of the week. I realized it was a little snug, so I just cut it off a little bit more so it's easy to move around for my son. So for the days of the week, I just used my craft paper and I cut a longer rectangle, which gave me a lot of room to maneuver this thing. And it fit perfectly just like that. So I cut off the rest of my box for the months of the year and the weather that I wanted, and I placed them exactly how I wanted. So while I write this stuff down, I would just like to remind you to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so YouTube can notify you when I post more videos. And like and share this video with other mamas who would like to try out this project. So off camera, I glued down the whiteboard to the bottom left side corner of this craft paper, and I'm just going to be using glue to glue down all of the months of the year. I attached this Velcro behind all the months and the weather so they're easily removable. I will be putting all the measurements and dimensions and all the products that I used down in the description box below. And I used double-sided tape on these days of the week so they are secure. I also used the double-sided tape to tape this whole thing onto our wall in Ayub's room, and just like that, the project is complete. You guys, my son really loves this project and he loves changing the dates. If you like this, please let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time. And share with someone that you care with. No!